Howdy, folks. It's your boy here, and we are back. We got some more Fae content, and we have the Datamines here for the legendary male Corin. Now, we have his inheritance restrictions for his beast skill as well as we go over here and we take a look. I don't think anything else has came out. Alright, yeah, it's pretty much just his Datamine stats and his beast skill. So, let's go ahead and take a look. We also have his artwork as well to take a look at. Alright, so the male legendary Corin. Let's see what this boy is capable of. Now, personally, I'm not particularly impressed by him. He just seems like the same old typical build for a dragon-type unit. He's got Scowl, he's got a lot of baiting capabilities, he's got a lot of stats, DR, and all that stuff. So he's not really doing much to set himself apart from pretty much any of the other female Corins, I would say. Even though he is male Corin, he should be, like, a little bit different. A lot of people wanted him to have Omega Yato, by the way, but red was already a lock for this legendary banner, so I don't think they were going to be able to make him red. They could have just held off on him and released him later as a red hero with the Omega Yato, and then if I'm just going to throw this out there, they could have put Athos on the banner. Now would have been the best time for Athos since we got Nurgle. But okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats here. We got 40 HP, 40 attack, 46 speed, 27 defense, and then 46 res. So he's built kind of similar to the legendary male Aleer, where we had a lot of speed and a lot of res, so he could make use of, like, his ability to double attack and then also get his Scowl effect to go off. And then his attack is pretty low. So 199 overall for the BST, which is irrelevant because he has a pair-up skill for his duel on his legendary effect. So his BST is going to be increased anyway. And then as far as boons and banes go, we have minus HP. Nothing on attack. We have plus speed, which is good. It looks like minus defense also, which is pretty sucky. And then nothing on res. Would have been nice to get plus res, but pretty much looks like plus speed is the only thing we got to work with here, which, I mean, we'll take it, sure. 50 base speed, why not? Whatever. He gets plus, 14 to all stats on his weapon. So speed is definitely going to be stacking up pretty high for him. Now, he comes with the new Divine Vein terrain effect, which is Divine Vein Water. And that one, it has the same effect where it slows ranged units from being able to pass it by 1 extra movement. Same as the Flame Tiles. Except the difference here is that you activate his Divine Vein effect by using his special, which I don't think that's a good way to do it. I think ending your action like Divine Vein Stone to get that to activate, or when you initiate combat, you activate it, I think is a better way to do it as well in the event of, like, Divine Vein Flame. But activating it on your special is really awkward. Like, what if you can't activate your special? What if the enemies have Scowl? Or what if the enemy is Lucia? Or they start putting Lucia's effect on more units to block specials? Then all of a sudden, he's not really going to be able to take advantage of his Divine Vein effect. So, I think it was a bad idea to put it there. They should have put it on his weapon and, like, made it activate at the start of combat for him, even if the enemies initiate, because, of course, him being a bait unit, he probably doesn't want to initiate most of the time. So allow them to do it and then put up your terrain after that as a response. I think that would have been a cool way to do it, but whatever. I mean, we can't have nice things, unfortunately, with him. But he does have quite a lot of tanking potential. His special, it seems like the DR on his special is non-pierceable. I'm not 100% sure on that, but unlike Vital Astra, it does not specify that it is pierceable DR, so I'm just going to group it in with stuff like Godlike Reflexes and so on and so forth, where even though it's a percentage-based damage reduction, it should not be pierceable because it's a special. So, that being the case, that could actually work out really good for him, because he already has the 7 flat DR on the Brave attacks on the enemy's first hit. So, combine that with non-pierceable DR could look pretty good for him. I don't think he's a bad unit. I don't know what's going on, man. My throat is, like, just so done. But, yeah, I was doing a lot of talking earlier today. I was at a friend's house. So, regardless, I think this guy seems like a solid unit, even though I'm not particularly impressed by him. Okay, so we have here his neutral artwork, which actually, it looks a little better here than it did on the trailer, because you get more of a view of the details here. I like his Dragon Stone. I like his armor there. It looks pretty good. The blue and the white looks pretty nice as a color pop. All right, there's the attacking artwork. Again, this actually does look a lot better than it did on the trailer for some reason. All right, the special attack there. I don't like the color, like the teal effect. I don't think that's the best color choice. Could have been like a darker blue, maybe. All right, and then here we have the injured artwork from him. So, looks more like... It doesn't really look that much like an injured art. It just looks like he's attacking, but he's frowning too. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the inheritance restrictions for High Dragon Wall. So this is going to be like essentially Tier 5 Dragon Wall, which is very interesting. That they're doing Tier 5 skills without actually doing Tier 5 skills. So this one is... You need Dragon Wall 3 as the prerequisite, which was pretty expected. And then basically every dragon can use it, and also every movement type can use it. So that's very good. All dragons essentially have access to it. It's really good for Aether Raid's defense, but in the same regard, it's also not that good for Aether Raid's defense, because the units that are going to be warping in for ARD, or ARO when they're attacking you, are going to be melee-type units that can Gale Force. So... blocking range units from warping isn't quite as handy as the melee blocking, I would say, for this case. So I don't think this completely takes out Gatekeeper from the equation. But it would have been nice if it was both. Like, just give it full-on Warp Bubble. I think that wouldn't have been too much to ask for. We really need something for our Aether Raid's defenses, because Aether Raid's defense is so dead right now. There's like no hope. You have no chance at all of defending against the threats going on right now. So, yeah, I don't think an extra buff for ARD would have been unwarranted. But regardless, the skill is pretty solid. It's also giving you half of Phantom Speed, or half of Phantom Res. Then you also get Res-based DR and inflict Speed and Res -4 on the foe. And of course, the half of Warp Bubble effect is going to be very effective. This will probably be more effective in Summoner duels and also in Arena, I would say. Because Arena, you're going to have to worry about like units that have Soaring Guidance, Soaring Echo, and things like that. And the same, of course, can be said for Summoner duels, where they're going to be warping in with ranged units. So it's more handy there. And it's also a really nice buff for the female Tempest Trial Kana that we got for the New Year banner. Because, of course, that unit, she's a really good scoring bot for Arena mode, because you can give her stuff like... You could give her Crystalline Water to raise her visible res, then you give her like Attack and Res Ploy 3, and then you give her High Dragon Wall, and then all of a sudden she's supporting your team with Ploy and Exposure, and she's also blocking Warping for Arena, and then you can give her the Disencounter Dragon Seal. So yeah, that female Kana ended up eating pretty well off of this. And then here, I just wanted to take a quick look at like some possible units to give it to, but considering that it's available to all Dragon-type units, it's going to be pretty good regardless. So have fun with this skill. It's going to be really nice on pretty much any Dragon that you want to give it to, just as long as they have solid res to work with. But even then, like, just to get the Warp Bubble is still going to be good. So that's going to wrap us up for the breakdown of the Datamines for Corin. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. Yep. Okay, so there you guys go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys are summoning for him, then best of luck to you. But I'm not sure if I'm going to summon yet. I might summon because I want to get Hortensia and also Arcane Lucina. But I'm not, like, particularly interested in getting Corrin, so I don't really... I'm not sure if I want to spend orbs right now. But we'll see. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Take care, fellas, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.